right, good morning, Idea Montopolis College Prep. This is Mr. Cotto with your morning announcements. It's a thunderous throwback Thursday, October the 29th. Today is an A day. Please join me for today's pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now please remain standing for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. Moving on to our birthdays. Actually, no birthdays today. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and move on with the rest of our announcements. Just want to remind everybody that while Mr. Rubio is out, Mr. Clark will be here on campus supporting our staff and students in the interim. All right. So on this day in history, October 29th, 1969, Supreme Court rules that schools must desegregate. I know what some of us are probably thinking, especially our seniors that have already had 11th grade U.S. history, but wasn't this decided in 1954 with Brown versus Board? Yes, it was. But if we go right down here at the bottom, we'll actually start at the bottom paragraph here. The wording in Brown versus Board said that schools had to desegregate with quote unquote all deliberate speed. And as we can tell, it took about 15 years for that to even happen, or not at all, as opposed to immediately, which was the ruling in this case here. Now, the name of the case was Alexander v. Holmes. It was brought on by Beatrice Alexander on behalf of her children. And she had sued the Holmes County, which was the governing body of schools there. And her lawyer was Jack Greenberg of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Now, the gentleman that you see right here on the right-hand side, his name is Charles Hamilton Houston, and he actually had a huge hand in not only this case, but in other civil rights cases as well. He helped prepare the lawyers that argued this case and eventually won. So again, on this day in history, October 29th, 1969, the Supreme Court rules that schools must immediately desegregate as opposed to desegregate with quote unquote all deliberate speed. And again, sadly, 15 years after Brown versus Board, this was still an issue. And unfortunately, we go into many of our schools today, we will still find this an issue as well. Now, that being said, we go ahead and move on. Here's our updated high school lecture, high school schedule. And we have our brain breaks right there as well. Pause when you take a closer look at that. Pumpkin contest. Submissions, I believe, are over, so voting will take place today and tomorrow. If you have, or if you'd like to send some candy to someone, right, we've got some bags for sale, $2 each bag. Each bag will be delivered on October 30th, so that'll be tomorrow. Please contact Miss Mary Cervantes or Sarah Eads on Teams to purchase if you are interested. All right, so refer a friend. Applications for the 21-22 school year are now open. If you have someone that is close to you, a family or friend that's interested in coming to Idea Montopolis, please tell them to apply today, especially if they will be kinder students next year. They can visit ideapublicschools.org/apply. And if they apply, they'll be entered into a draw, or if your friend or family members applies, you will be entered into a drawing for an Amazon Dot. Just go ahead and text Mrs. Emily Harris at 512-483-1684. Again, that's Mrs. Emily Harris at 512-483-1684 with your name and that of your friends or family members. All right, so moving on. Bulldogs Against Bullying Month. We've got all sorts of different kinds of bullying right there. None of them are acceptable. We want you to think about how you would be treated. How would you want those closest to you to be treated, those that you love the most, your friends and your family? When given the choice to be kind, be kind. It'll take you far socially and professionally. And yeah, that's one of the things that makes Idea Montopolis and Austin a great place, right? And our country a great place is that, all of us are different, and that's okay. We can accept each other's differences and still get along. So again, if you know somebody that's being bullied, please speak up and advocate for yourself. And if you're not comfortable doing that, go ahead and come to an adult and we'll help you out with that. All right, attendance is important. You have to be here in order to get credit. You got to be here 90% of the time. Can't miss more than 18 days of school. Texas Education Code is quoted right there. Proper mask use. Top is acceptable. Bottom is not. Again, want to cover our nose. Want to cover our nose. Questions, you can text us there at the number posted. You can also follow us on Facebook and take a look at our YouTube page as well in case you miss announcements and you like to share with your family and friends. All right, bulldogs are determined, optimistic, generous, and strong. And if nobody tells you this today, y'all remember that we love you, we believe in you, and we always will. Please advocate for yourselves. If there's something in class you don't understand, if you feel like you're being bullied, advocate for yourself and reach out to an adult. With that, it's time for Move This World. Have a great day, everyone.